Did you know that during the 17th and 18th centuries, wealthy Europeans liked to be painted alongside black enslaved children, as we can see here? As you know, during this period of time, black African children were trafficked from Africa to the West Indies to work on plantations with their parents. However, a number of these children were also selected to be sent back to Europe to be used as pets, essentially. It was seen as very fashionable by white Europeans to own black children who could be dressed up in fine clothes and basically wait on them like pages. And to be painted with one was the ultimate symbol of wealth and status, and that is why we have a number of them in these paintings, although generally their names and identities are not known. What's even more tragic is that most of them have got these collars on, a symbol of their enslavement. And most of them are boys, and these boys always have one pearl earring. The pearl earrings signified that they were owned by someone of consequence and wealth, and that reflected well again upon the owner. These young boys, who usually below the age of 10, could be sold as soon as their owners got bored of them. And there are lots of adverts in contemporary newspapers selling these children. So, for example, in the Daily Post on the 26th of May, 1725, there's an advert for a, quote, "a beautiful Negro boy about 8 years of age, lately come from Barbados, to be disposed of," meaning to be sold. In these paintings, you'll always see these children doing some sort of menial task. This boy here is holding 2 dogs on leads, and this child here is carrying a basket of fruit for his mistress. But we also can't forget the fact that these children were also included in these paintings because it made the sitter look incredibly white. The juxtaposition between these poor enslaved children and their white owners was seen as very fashionable at the time. And in this painting particularly, everything is aimed at making this woman look as white as possible. And this is a trope seen again and again during these paintings. Interestingly, here we actually have a young girl. As I said, we don't generally see young black girls in these paintings, but we can see that she is also adorned with pearls and some other gems to basically draw the attention to the juxtaposition between the dark skin and the white pearls. Here we have another example. We have a young girl with a pearl necklace holding a shell filled with pearls. Sometimes the juxtaposition between the light and the dark is so ridiculous that the black children almost fade into the background. For example, this is particularly outrageous. Like, look at this child, almost falls into the background, except for his collar. Another thing I forgot to mention is that sometimes these black children were given as companions to white children. And you can see the absolute inequality here. I mean, this dog on the right is receiving more affection than the poor black child behind. Tragically, the identities of these children is almost lost to us, almost completely, because they were seen as property, and once the family had grown bored of them, they could be sold on or even returned to the plantations. And so to this day, these paintings remain the only evidence that they ever existed.